So men, give us a cheer.
Hey!
Women, give us a cheer.
Oh yeah!
Men, roar like a lion. Ladies, roar like a lion. Let's look at that lion. Now, men, make the sounds you make when you fake an orgasm. Women! We've got a winner. It might be Kate. You've never faked an orgasm before, you know? Because all you did was orgasms. I'm scared of them. What's your name? Zoe. Hello. Say hello to Zoe.
Hey.
Zoe, have you never faked an orgasm before in your life? No. Well, hang around. Today might be your lucky day. As you can see, I'm wearing a ring. A lot of people assume I wear this ring because I'm married, but I'm not. The reason I wear this ring is if I didn't, it would be Chick City after the gig. Literally, women would be throwing their vagina at me. I'd be like, can you please get your vagina on my face? They'd be like, you're not wearing a ring. I'd be like, I know. We're on the rail replacement bus to Croydon. They'd be like, don't be such a pussy. Just come to our place. We can have sex. And then because I am made of flesh and blood, I go to their place and we have sex. Then in about a year's time, they'd show up at a gig with a baby. I'd be like, how did you get that baby into this gig? They'd be like, we snuck him in our handbag. I'd be like, wow, that's a really big handbag. They'd be like, yeah, we're really happy with it. I'd be like, it looks really expensive. They'd be like, shut up about the stupid handbag. We want to talk to you about the baby. I'd be like, why? They'd be like, 'cause it's yours. I'd be like, it looks nothing like me. They'd be like, look at it from this angle. I'd be like, oh my God, it looks exactly like me. They'd be like, of course it looks like you because it's yours. And you need to pay for all this lease. He's 18 years old. But like, why don't you pay for all this lease? He's 18 years old. They'd be like, because we didn't have any money. I'd be like, I had enough money to buy the handbag. They'd be like, shut up about the stupid handbag and give us some cash. I'd be like, I don't have any cash. They'd be like, what, comedy, career not going so well? I'd be like, no, I've just got this really long joke about handbags and babies, but nobody ever gets it. They'd be like, well, in that case, cut your hair, buy a suit and get another job, because your life is over. I'd be like, well, seeing as my life is over, why don't I throw myself in front of a train and kill myself? And that's why I wear a ring. Not really, it's because I'm married, but story's just a bit more exciting, isn't it? Under that straw, I found an 18-inch vibrator. 18 inches. It's a soul-destroying thing for a guy to find. Am I right? Yeah, he nods. 18. And obviously, I confronted her about it. I was like, what's this? Thought you were happy with me and my penis. She said, I am. She says, sometimes I need something a bit smaller. I went to school with a guy called Richard, right? And Richard's dad, he was a member of the BNP. And Richard's dad came into school one day and beat up our geography teacher, who was a Muslim. He just beat him up, right? Not only was it the scariest day ever at school, it was also the last day that parents were allowed to come into class to show us what they did for a living. And we didn't have geography for 3 months, right after that. 3 months, we had geography for 3 months. And years later, I bumped into Richard in a pub, and he looked exactly like his racist dad. First thing he said to me was, I can't even recognise my own country. I couldn't help but think, well, maybe get those 3 months of geography. And we were making paper mache badges, right? And we all had to bring in newspapers because it was paper mache day. And Richard brought in the Sun, because that's what his dad read, which was a big surprise. And so we were making these badges, and we were racing against these other kids in the class. We wanted to finish our badge first. And Richard said, get a sheet of newspaper, tear it up into strips so we can finish the snout. Right, so I went to grab a sheet of newspaper from the newspaper that was closest to me, which was the Sun. And I grabbed this page, but as I grabbed the page, before I could rip it up into shreds, I saw a picture that would change my life. Top page 3 girl of all time! Ultra Catholic, overreacting mum. I showed her the picture. I was like, Mum, this is a woman for me! And my mum, when her 8-year-old son showed her a picture of a topless model, she reacted as if I brought home bestiality porn. She went mental. She literally thought I was possessed. And she called the priest. This is true, she called the priest to come to our house and pray over them. Even while I was preparing for this show, I realised that I still feel a little bit of resentment towards Linda Lasagna. And I still kind of blame her for the punishment that my mum gave me. So about 3 weeks ago, I contacted Linda Lasagna and I asked her to apologise for ruining my childhood. And Linda Lasagna got back to me, and this is what she said.
Hi there, Steve. Well, what can I say? I'm so sorry about your mum's lasagna. Apparently you were paper mashing at school and you took a picture of me home, my page 3 picture home, and she wouldn't make your favourite dish. Well, I can only apologise. I'm so sorry. I'll have to make you a lasagna sometime.
This is a huge leap from being 11 and sitting in a cubicle in a public toilet, gazing at a picture of page 3 and eating cold lasagna, to being 14 and sitting in a cubicle in a public toilet, gazing at a picture of page 3 and wanking off into cold lasagna. Because it's a natural progression, guys, like how a caterpillar becomes a butterfly. Everybody's after perfection, aren't they? Everybody needs someone who ticks all our boxes. There is, of course, exceptions to that rule. People who are pushing 40 and still single. That's a very different show. It's called Desperation and Links Africa. My mate said we should go down to Essex and try to meet some chicks. Because, according to him, women from Essex are easy. And people say that's not very nice, a bit prejudiced, a bit racist. Definitely not racist, because orange isn't a race. But I remember going down to Basildon in Essex, right, and meeting this girl in a pub. Oh, Basildon. Oh, and meeting this girl in the pub, maybe no. And a couple of hours later, we're back at her place, and we're getting really intimate. And all of a sudden, she starts breathing really heavily. And I'm like, yeah, I'm obviously doing something right. And she goes, actually, I'm having an asthma attack. I'm like, oh my God, what should we do? She's like, call an ambulance. What? She goes, it's okay. Carry on. Once you're done, I'll find my inhaler. I'm like, are you sure? She's like, yeah, I do this all the time. Now, I don't know if anyone here, I don't know if you've ever had sex with someone who's having an asthma attack. Okay, well, I'm not going to lie, it's difficult to get into the groove. But the panting does kind of help. But then, at one point, her eyes started to roll back. I'm like, fuck. If I don't end this shit right now, she's going to die. So I decided to fake an orgasm. Right, so I made the sound, sound, and I rolled out of her. But as I rolled out of her, my condom came off. And that's when I really started to panic. It's like, oh my God, she's going to realise that I faked it. She's going to realise that I'm completely dry. She's going to get really upset. She can't get upset. She's having an asthma attack. What can I do? What would you do? Like, well, I didn't have enough time to think of it. Actually, the first thing that came into my head was, well, maybe if you have a little wee, just a couple of drops on the sheet, then she'll see a couple of drops. She'll assume that you've orgasmed, and it'll all be good. But guys, you know it's impossible to have a wee when you've got an erection, right? And I'm pushing, and nothing's coming out. And she starts to turn her head towards me, and that's when I really panicked. And I pushed maybe a bit too hard. Because instead of a wee, so a little poo came out and landed on the bed. Now keep in mind, this is a woman who's having an asthma attack. She's trying to keep calm. And the guy she's only known for 2 hours has taken a dump on her bed. And that might have been a bit too much for her. Because it was at this point that she passed out completely. During which time I obviously put my clothes back on, called an ambulance, and then positioned her body so that her bum was next to the poo. Stranger, looking in the eye, because that's what it takes, eye contact. Looking in the eye for 3 minutes, and after 3 minutes of sustained eye contact, right, if you manage to do that, then that person will start to fall in love with you. Have you ever watched American Beauty? Yeah. It's a bit like American Beauty, isn't it? It's just a little bit like American Beauty. It's just a bit, keep on. As I was going upstairs to my old bedroom, my mum gave me a little dish of lasagna. She said, because when you were a kid, you always wanted a midnight snack, didn't you? And I was like, wow, yes I did. So she gave me this little dish of lasagna, and I went upstairs. I was lying in my bed, and I looked up, and I could see my old bookshelf, and there was an old encyclopedia, and there was what looked like a little bit of newspaper just jutting out. And I pulled this little bit of newspaper out, and it was a picture of Linda Lasardi. And all of a sudden I realised I had Linda Lasardi in one hand and lasagna in the other. And just like that, life was good again.